So earlier today, I went on my blind date, and it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, which is, I guess, a good thing. Which means I didn't endure anything too terrible. um, I went on a blind date with Jose. He's a senior here. He used to be on the baseball team. Um, I was surprised, but like I didn't. Then again, I didn't really know what to expect, or who to expect. So I was gonna be surprised regardless of who it was. Um, I was surprised that Becca would choose Jose, but I mean, I told you she would choose someone that I wouldn't expect. What did we do? We met in the CP and we had dinner, and the date was only supposed to be 30 minutes long, but we ended up staying for 53 minutes. I only know because our date started right on time, and then when I was leaving, my phone said 53, but and it didn't feel like it went longer than a half an hour. What did we do? So we ate dinner, and we just kind of talked. What did we talk about? On the blind date, we talked about, this is weird because it's a blind date, but we talked about his girlfriend. We talked about, like, our schooling. We talked about, different things like that, and then we ended up talking about, like, where he's from and stuff like that, and that's why it didn't really seem like a 53 minutes, because the conversation just went really well, and it wasn't really forced at all. It was just kind of like go with the flow. Did it meet my expectations? I mean, for being a blind date on Culver's campus and limited places that we could have gone, I would say yes, it met my expectations. I think in the real world, a blind date is a lot different than what we did, but we did like kind of a blind date. But of course, chances are you were gonna know the person because of how small our campus is. But I would say it did meet my expectations because my person wasn't like being completely rude to me and ignoring me, like being on his phone or something. So overall, it met my expectations. Was it awkward? I think at the beginning it was awkward because I was like, oh, I don't know. I was sitting there and I was like, he came up to me and I was like, oh, this is him. Like, I didn't know. I thought maybe he was just saying hi to me, and then he's like, I'm your blind date. I was like, oh, okay. So I feel like at the beginning it was awkward, but as we talked and like talked about things that we both had in common, like my love for baseball, like the Cardinals, it got less awkward. And my last question is, would I blind date again? I would say yes, but maybe not like the blind date that it's like, you go to a fancy restaurant and you're sitting there waiting for the other person to arrive, and like if they don't show up, it looks like you got stood up. I think I would do more of a laid back one like I did this time, just because the fact that I don't think I would handle being stood up too well at a fancy place compared to if we were not at a fancy place.